Big up, people. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Morning Show on Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Please kindly accept. We have, there's no news item to talk about this morning except a few comments that we may need to look at as the show progresses. We're going to try to make this one snappy as we have just 2 hours to get it done. It's usually 3 hours plus because it's an interactive show as we try to accommodate everybody, those in the chat, and also the panelists. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, good people. I hope you're all eating blue, sleeping blue, waking up blue, and overall living the blue life. Let's see what we have in the chat already. And it's a bro, Briani Yahayu, aka 343 Dilemma, aka Contender FC says, big up, coach, big up yourself, brother. I hope you're doing well. And thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Surely Gallagher will not disappoint us, right? I hope so. I hope so. You can say all his life he's been a Chelsea player. He's been from a Chelsea kid maybe to a Chelsea baby. I don't know how to separate it, but for lack of a better time to show that he's been there as I think from 12 or so until now. Now you can say he's become a boy, a grown boy. But yeah, maybe just needs a little bit more of experience. You would think he knows what it will mean to beat Arsenal, what it will mean not to let Arsenal beat us, even though the game would take place at the Emirates. But I understand what you mean. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. Blue morning to you, Mikel Arteta. Let me know also if you want to get onto the panel and give us your 2 cents. Just send me a message via Twitter, and I'll send you the link to the panel as soon as I can. But big up to you, more importantly. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The more likes we have, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered, and the more people will be joining us here. And to my bro, Liam Lane, if you're watching, I hope you're doing well. Just remember, I haven't forgotten about you. I'll try and reach out soon. And Roger, if you're watching, I hope you're well. More importantly, before anything else, I will miss you, brother. It's that time of the year, Jerry Z. Big up, bro. Always nice to see you. I hope you're well. Sonny, Igbeans, Sonny, sorry. The reason why your message was deleted because you're not the moderator and you use, I think, 3 emojis mixed up, more than 3 emojis in total. So that's why the machine or the robot that's policing the chat deleted it because I deemed it a spam. So sorry about that. You're welcome. Please feel at home. Express yourself as long as you keep it civil. That's nice. But nice to see you. Says good morning to all. Good morning to you too. We are Chelsea. Arteta, remember the name. I hope to see that happen, even though, we've been so bad that I've never been confident with regards to whether we'd win a game or not. But my theory has been since a few days ago has been the fact that Arsenal have been doing better than us. It's time they probably will lose against us because that has always been the case, and vice versa. when we're doing better, when it gets to playing Arsenal, we usually do those games to them. Yeah. Let's see what we have here. Big up to you, Phil Siebes. I hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Let's see what else do we have. Big up, Coach. You are looking energized, bro. Big up, chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. Glenn, much love to you. You know how much I love you, brother. Thank you so much for that. Let's get into anything else we have to look at here. I think it's important that we look at this comment and find out what it could mean for the players being talked about. Here, Frank Lampard and Mikel Arteta, he says, in an ideal world, a club the level of Chelsea, you want to bring in a dose of players with stability and performance and results where they can find their time, look at all the players playing in front of them, and realize what the standards are to get into the team more below. He's talking about Mihailo Mudryk. To me, what I'm saying here is not saying that Mihailo Mudryk is a bad player. I think you could say, I think to me, as the way I read it is that he's saying that we're lacking leadership for the new players to look at and understand the culture at Chelsea, the winning mentality, the never die spirit at Chelsea. He's saying that we don't, to me, that's my interpretation of the comment. We don't have such at the club right now. So the players just come in and go straight into the team without having people to look up to. So to me, clearly he's talking about leadership, and we really do like that. And here, let me see if there's any further comment there with regards to Mihailo Mudryk here. It says we cannot expect. We care a lot about the players, even if it's just interim. We're certainly not group of staff that are putting our feet up and going. We haven't got much. Let's just wait and get paid for our holiday. We are actually all Chelsea people in there. They are actually trying to, do something nice. I guess that's what I'd say. I read of it. Yeah, they're all Chelsea people. That's the truth. Lampard and all his staff. I think all of them are all Chelsea people and would want to do well. We don't want a situation where by the time the interim tenure ends, if they don't do well, I think that will tarnish their status, their legendary Chelsea status. This one here says, with Alba, in a short period, it's been hard for me to gauge, that physical level. But when you see him come on against Brentford, you see the different feeling of the team. So I think one thing for sure, as I said before, he is a very high level player, but clearly in a situation where he's maybe not at his freshest and sharpest. That's the truth. Against Brentford, he was making the right runs. His positioning has always been excellent. But you could say he's still match rusty because he hasn't played that much in a while, which what I believe his issues may have stemmed from the fact at one point I thought it looks like the club, they're just trying to push him out. They don't want him. They went to the extent of accepting to pay his salary if he joins LAFC. So we're moving from that. That's, by the way, if you're in the chat, I want to hear from you. What formation do you think Frank Lampard would deploy tomorrow? I think he will still stick. He will stick with the back three structure, something he believes the players are more familiar with than a 4-2-3-1 or maybe a 4-3-3 or any other structure you can come up with, or 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. He's just going to stick with something that he believes the players are familiar with. It just he doesn't want a situation where he changes things up, and then we see a lot of disconnection on the pitch. It means a lack of cohesion on the pitch. But that's, by the way, people, if we're in the chat, let me know what structure do you think Frank Lampard would deploy today, and why do you think that would be the case? Like I've presented my own case. I think it's going to be a back three. Yes, Coach. Have you seen the letters of Romano video? He talked on Poch starting from 0 to 40, and it's ambiguous. He's always kept it like that. I think it was I forgot who was that. brought it to my attention that he usually works his tweets carefully, setting it up in a way that he'd always have a way out. Always saying, I didn't say for certain. I didn't say that was that. I didn't say certainly that was what was going to happen or something to that effect. Yeah, but yeah, good catch there. Big up to you all in the chat. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 12 likes. We should be doing better than that. Let's try and get it to 100 as soon as possible today. With 2 days now, we haven't made it to 100. Big up Celestine Vietti. Celestino Vietti says, big up, coach. Big up to you too, brother. I sincerely do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Arsenal win today, like 3 goals, and that's Bulama Modu Mohammed. Okay, let's see what happens. It won't be long. It will happen today. It's not like the game is in a month's time. The game is today. So wherever side you're on, we'll see what happens today. I think it's another defensive formation that tries to counter, but still a structure, maybe application-wise, that's what you're talking, or selection. The players he will select will show us whether his intent is to attack, defend by attacking, or maybe his intent will be to defend and hit the opposition on the break. We will find out when we see the lineup, but I still think it will be a back 3 structure. You let me know what do you think. Do you think it will be a back 3 structure, a back 4 structure, or some made-up structures that we've heard people mention in the chat of late? Given the situation we'll find ourselves in. Yes, keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. You people are absolute legends. We're 16 likes right now, but let's beef it up as soon as possible. He said in the video that this week they will continue with the talks. To me, it doesn't indicate that Poch is a done deal. Yep, talks continue. Simple logic. It's not a done deal. I know people, some of the Twitter journalists from a few days ago have been saying all that's left was just for Poch to put pen to paper and boom, we're done. But that was learning that clearly has not been the case. But we can just say he's the front runner. And when you hear the term front runner, it simply means they may well still be talking to other candidates. Okay, yeah, big up to you, Sonny Igbeams. Thank you so much for understanding what I explained. Today's game wouldn't be easy at all. I don't think it would be. It would be a difficult one, but on paper, a lot of people think Arsenal will run away with it. Let me show you this just to be clear what I mean. But for instance, whenever you see the probable lineup from what they call the probable lineup from Fort Mob, they usually have a poll here, a picture poll, where they ask people which of the teams they think will win the game. 63% of people that voted out of 77,729 thinks it's a win for Arsenal. Only 24% thinks Chelsea will win this one. That's to show you how bad we've become of late. In recent months or days, if you prefer. It's become that bad that how many? 24%, only 24% giving us the chance, believes we're going to win this game. That's concerning. It just doesn't look as if we're talking about the same Chelsea of old. Let's see, today's game won't be easy. It will not be, most definitely. I hope if it becomes easy, then it will most likely be too easy for Arsenal. But they are under pressure now. They've dropped 6 points in 4. How many games? In 4 games, 3 draws and 1 loss. The last one was against Manchester City. Frank is not experienced enough to, so he will think what happened when he was the player against Barcelona, against Bayern. He did the same thing. People called us boring and accused us of anti-football. I think his one thing I'd give him though is he tries to. I think he's being progressive as a manager, but I don't think maybe he hasn't learned to be as pragmatic as you could say. One of the biggest managers he's worked on that has been Jose Mourinho. Maybe when he tries to be pragmatic, he becomes too pragmatic. I'm not sure what the thinking behind his selection during our last 2 games were. I'm not sure what to make of that. Glenn here again. Glenn, big up to you, bro. I hope you're doing well. He says, I didn't forget, did it, no, they didn't like us though. I'm not sure what you're referencing. Maybe I'm mixing things up here. Please do let me know. Big up Kachila in the chat. Smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 24 likes already. I think that's a good sign. Maybe we'll get it to 100 as soon as possible and use the poll for something that different. But more importantly, thank you for always being part of this community that we're building, and we keep growing. Soon we will hit 11,000 subscribers. I hope we get that as soon as possible. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. To me, I think it's going to be a back up three structure. I think it's going to play with 2-8, where the issue will be, where the question will lie mainly would be, okay, who are the players that are going to be occupying the position of the 2-8. That's where, we're going to have a problem. So let's see. Let's restructure this. Let's go with a back three. This is 4-5-1. No, let's go with 3-4-3, and then we can restructure it by dragging in the players into position. So say flat back three. Yep, something like this. Yep, I think that's what it's going to be. If you're in the chat, I'm waiting. You drop your 2 cents there. Let me know what structure that you think he's going to go with, and why you think that would be the case. It'd be interesting to see your contributions in the chat, and I'll get to that in a bit. So, I think it's going to be 2 6s, 2 wing backs, and 2 8s as usual. I think that's what it's going to be. I'd be surprised if he changes this, goes with a different structure. To me, what I think, if he does that, the players will see a disjointed performance also, plus a bit of confusion. It depends. But what I do not want to see from him is to go with a 4-3-3 structure. Whenever we've tried that, even on the ground, but it hasn't really worked. Even under Thomas Tuchel, it didn't work for us. So people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 26 likes already. Let's get it to 30. Shoot for 40, 50, 60, and 100. The reason Pochettino's deal is not done is because he's not demonstrating tendency to be yes man, yes man, yes man. Ladipupo, that's not coming from you, but I guess we're just assuming what we think this again as the reason the whole process has been it's taking too long. We don't really know, but I hope they get it sorted out as soon as possible so we can move on from that or have something positive to look forward to. I think that will help calm us down a bit as fast. I think that he drops a cover and indeed goes for Enzo Kante pairing the 2 6s. I think, to me, I wouldn't mind, as much as I like Kovacic, as much as I understand what he brings whenever he's on the pitch. I think we can actually do without him right now. I'd rather, but however, I would take that pairing, like you mentioned, as a 2 6s, but I'd rather Kovacic and Kante as the 2 6s, even though those two players are not traditionally number 6. But I think two of them can fulfill that role well. Where Kova will be apply himself as a hybrid of 6 and 8, and Kante being the more disciplined of the two. I think that way we'll have a better protection for the back three. Because if Kante, I get it, wherever he starts on the pitch, he still contributes quite a lot to defensively. But if he plays deep as one of the 2 6s, I think he'd do better for us. Maybe Church to be more disciplined. Maybe Church to pay attention, since we're playing with wing backs, when whoever is on the right-hand side here overlaps or joins the attack, he can read the game well enough, drift to the right flank to cover the space so not to leave us vulnerable. And something as whoever is on the left-hand side here, read the game so well that whenever the left wing back man overlaps or joins the attack, he'd read the game well to drift to the left and cover the space there. But I think Kante does that naturally, even though he's traditionally an 8. That's why I would want him to start deep, and then play those play attacking minded. Those who's played there for a while now, play them as the 2-8, and maybe would have more, would create more chances, or maybe have more attempts on goal, and maybe get some goals. If that makes sense to you, it's coming to my attention that some people are feeling like there is so much, so much ads when the show is going on. It's not something I can control until we start members on this show. Then I can entirely say, okay, no ads for that show in particular. But this one, it goes. The ad stuff does help the community in so many ways. I think he drops the cover says, yeah, my friend, that one. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. We're 31 likes right now. Let's get it up. As soon as we get it to 100, we use the poll for something else. Kachila, do you think Bowley and Cole can get anything from now on, apart from spending money? Get anything in what sense are you talking about with regards to profit? I'm not sure. I need clarity. I need to understand what your question very well to try to answer it, please. Maybe you need to rephrase it. Coach, what do you make up of Lampard's press conference where he was indicating that Chelsea's next managerial appointment should be long term? That's his opinion. That's his opinion. I'm not sure what to make of it, really. And it's up to the owners. Here's the thing: I've been calling because appointing a manager long term, he helps the club, achieve dominance. Because you cannot achieve dominance without a manager staying, long term. But unfortunately, I don't think the first appointment of the manager will be long term. It will be a short one, like 3. At most 3 years. Then if it works out, if they have a good working relationship, if the manager does well, then now they can extend his contract by 3 years. I think that's the way to go these days in football. You don't want to risk so much. Even this is sometimes it just seems as if the managers want to get themselves sacked, because when that happens, they get compensation, a fee, and it comes in bulk. Correct me if I'm wrong, which means they don't have to do too much work. They still be earning quite a lot, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm not sure what really to make of that. But let's see what the club does. I don't think it's going to be long term. I think it will be a short term contract. I think he will play 4-2-3-1 to optimize the talent of the squad. He hasn't done that for how many games in a row right now? I think he'd play with a 3 at the back approach. But let's see what he does. One cannot be too certain with regards to what Frank Lampard would do. JC, big up to you too. I'm doing well, brother. I am really hoping for a brawl on the pitch today. We need that structure you mentioned there. We need 12 players on the pitch maybe to get a result. I guess that's what you're saying. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We'll start plugging in the players as soon as possible and get it done. But I'm waiting for you. I haven't heard so much from anybody with regards to the structure they think Frank Lampard will deploy and why they think that will be the case. Please pardon me. Let me take a sip of my coffee before I lose my voice. Yes, it's better to play all cover Enzo and Kante, but this time Enzo a bit up front with Mudryk and Fofana up top. I think that's a good suggestion. But let's see. I'm not too sure whether we're going to see that happen. I'd like a situation where Enzo, where he'd have the independence to be more adventurous, or to play closer to the final third. Because he's the most creative player on the pitch right now in terms of chance creation and his vision as a player. If you make the run, he sees you. To quote Graham Potter, Enzo sees everything. But we move on from that. The way Lampard has spoken in the press conference seems that he's got some clues. He might stay at Chelsea beyond this season. No. That's not going to happen. If that happens, then this club is truly dusted. Okay, now I understand that this helps me understand your previous comment very well, better than I've done. before. I don't think that would be the case, unfortunately. No, he's not keeping the job no matter what happens. Presinho says, I would play with a back three. He would go with a 4-3-3. If you were Lampard, Mendy, Chilwell, and all the players you mentioned, we're going to build in the lineup in a bit. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. 34 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. Ruben Loftus-Cheek at swing back can also help in midfield. That's exactly what that was what I wanted to see against Brentford. But Frank Lampard went for Cesar Azpilicueta, which didn't make any sort of sense to me. But he's the manager. He does what he wants. We can only wish he does things in certain ways. I am not against Ruben Loftus-Cheek starting in the right back position. Brings a bit of height for set piece. More, you could say, he helps overload the midfield and the attacking area, and he's shown he's capable of fulfilling that role very well. That most people give him credit for. He's not there as a defender, and this approach, maybe Frank Lampard has shown that whenever he plays with a three at the back structure, he plays that with a defensive intent, not with attacking intent. Unfortunately, given the fact that he started Cesar Azpilicueta in the right wing back position, to me that shows he was being a bit too cautious for me. I think he's talking about Poch, not himself, as the next long-term manager. He knows he's not going to keep that job. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, good people. Thank you so much. And for those of you that are watching for one reason or the other and not able to participate in the chat, we appreciate you, because you watching does go a long way. But please, if you can do us one more favor, just take a second, drop a like on the stream. The likes will go a long way. Thank you so much. This is your lineup: Badiashile, Silva, Fofana, back three, Chilwell, Enzo, Kante, Chalobah. Attack is Felix, Fofana, and Madueke. I think that is just you suggest some players you feel like will help us get a result. You not suggest some players you feel you truly deep down believe Frank Lampard will select. And we've been there before. The panelists will analyze the situation, analyze how the manager operates, plug in a player. Then once we involve those in the chat, it becomes more of a suggestion than prediction. But I get to your point. No matter the formation you played, they cannot put the ball in the back of the net. Roger will be very, very proud of you for that comment right there. Execution, he calls it, I think has been one of our biggest issues. I get it. The managers do have, they have their own problems too. The players also do have their own problems. More importantly, not putting the ball in the back of the net. Bless up to you, my bro, Bobby Fairview. I was actually saying, I'm going to reach out to you to see how you're doing. I hope you're well. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything is okay from you. I remember you told me you're trying to close out a deal. I hope you succeeded in doing that. But always nice to see you back, brother. He says, back from the wilderness. Yeah, I see that. But welcome back, brother. Let's see, what else do we have here? Morning, coach. The only thing that will come Chelsea fans right now, we needed to know who our coach is. We need to beat Arsenal today. I think that will go a long way. If we beat Arsenal today, a lot of you can say the number, our points tally will mean that we're not going to get relegated again for sure. We're not going to wait for anybody to do the calculations and come back and tell us, mathematically that isn't possible. But if we beat Arsenal, to me, it would be. I will feel the same way I'd feel if Chelsea win. If we win the title, if that makes sense. What else do we have here? As well, coach, I feel if we lose today, Chelsea will announce our new coach. Maybe because our owners, they understand the importance of PR. They may well do that just to calm people down a bit. But hopefully we get a win today, at least a draw. Even a draw, I will be happy. I just want something that will happen that will mean Arsenal drop more points today. We need to stick that Butler, stick a smack on Arsenal today, brow if needed. Yep, what we want to do, we want to see a fight. We want that derby feeling. We want to see that our players play as if they're playing a London derby. See the spirit, see the fight, The last time such happened on the pitch, the only person that showed that derby spirit, I think it was James. You could see him; he was on the verge of throwing punches and all that. That's what we want to see today, and I'm sure Arsenal will do that. But maybe actually that showing the spirit, the fight that I've just talked about, I think is an art in the sense that you have to do it cautiously, not to get caught. And the last time we played against them, I think they scored, they were leading, and we were frustrated, and they started to brawl themselves, and it got to us. I think we didn't really. I think most of the new players we have in the team, it's not something they've learned how to do. But I hope we'll see a different different set of players today. Lampard cannot be talking. Lampard cannot be talking about appointing another manager long term apart from himself. He has an ego and desperate to be Chelsea manager despite his horrendous resume. Here's the thing. I think his ego will disappoint him. If the owners offer him that job for a long time, even after losing 5 games in a row, I get it. There are a multitude of reasons why, that's been the case. Yeah, but he shouldn't be losing 5 games in a row and shouldn't be making the sort of selections he's made that hasn't helped. If they offer him the job long term, then that's when I'll start saying, yeah, maybe hashtag whoever you have in mind out. Tony says, guys, realistically, does anyone see anything other than another loss here? Majority, a lot of people think definitely it's going to be a loss for us. For instance, look at this poll here. With how many votes? 63% of out of 78,578 people think most likely Arsenal will win, while only 24% think Chelsea will win. So the Chelsea fans are no different. But here's one thing that gives me hope is that whenever Arsenal are in a good run of form, if they played 99 games and the 100th game will be Chelsea, they usually lose, especially if we're in a bad form. And the case is vice versa. If we're in a good form and they're in a bad form, 99 game win for us, the 100th game to play, if it's by any chance, if it's Arsenal, we end up losing that game. That's the only hope I have. Plus, we've also looked at the insights. The insights also doesn't give you hope. So I'm sure people, when they look at these things, look at the fact. Let's look at the insights a bit before I continue reading what we have in the chat. The insight says Arsenal, they're ranked second in total goals scored per match, 2.4, and we're ranked 16th in total goals scored per match, 0.9 goals per match. Yeah, that's not a good thing. And we haven't scored in our last 2 matches, and we haven't won a match in the 8th attempt. Plus the team's current form, look at it. We've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. They've drawn a 3, won 1, lost 1. So I wouldn't. What we're seeing from this picture poll here aligns with the fact that we're in a bad form. Aligns with the fact that we're the worst scoring side, 0.9 goals per match, and they averaging 2.4 goals per match. Yeah, so statistically, the most likely outcome will be Arsenal winning. But I'm just looking at what I've seen as the pattern, which also comes into play. So with the underdogs today, maybe that will go a long way for us. And I really want to see that. As much as I don't think appointing Frank Lampard was a PR appointment, I still want my team to win. I'm a Chelsea fan. Just let's start from there. Have we won a game since I've been away? Everybody's still cheering. Yeah, look, whatever you call it there. You know I want to go to heaven, and sometimes I don't like reading such comments. Keep dropping the likes on the screen, people. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. Coach, do you think we should get back Mourinho if Pochettino doesn't materialize? If he can come in, I'll take him, even though I think he's not been progressive enough for me. It's still find a way to win. I think the find a way to win approach actually will work for us right now. And I like what I'm seeing in the chat. Instead of typing too many messages, we're better off typing bulk up your messages or make sense of it and put it in there so that I don't have too many to read at the same time. Coach, now I speak of Lampard. Gallagher is nailed on starter with a pivot of Enzo and Kovacic. Kante up front goes for now. Let's see what he does. Modric and Sterling on the wings. Feeling Alba. We have to have a go at Arsenal. They are on the ropes themselves. Yep, they struggle a bit, but they're better than us. Coach, we need a physical players today, so that will make sure to beat them in the brow. Yeah, at least if we can see a brow and win, then that's a win. Actually, I don't mind any lineup. And so far as the midfield is overloaded and the wings are occupied to prevent Arsenal right back and left back from supporting their attack. I think Bobby will be your best friend for that comment. And Bobby himself, the man, my bro, in the chat says, yes, keep pressing the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're edging closer and closer to 11,000 subscribers, and I know we will get there as soon as possible. But thank you for all your support. More importantly, we will go into the lineup building exercise proper soon. Smash the like button, hit subscribe if you are interested, and also do become a member. Thank you so much. You can become a member to help support the monthly program we do for students. We call it the Stay in School Project. The last winner also haven't reached out. Reach out as soon as possible so you get your prize money. My prediction: Chelsea 2-1. We'll talk about that in a bit. Chelsea will beat Arsenal today, despite the injuries and match officials. That's what I want to see. Keep it positive. Let's not give up until the man in the middle blows the whistle. Plus, we're the underdogs, and whenever that's the case, it gives me hope. Even though that hasn't been the case of has not been the case of late, I still believe that pattern may still come into play. Lampard came here for revenge. I won't be surprised if he goes for same lineup. Wow, Otalo, that's some comment there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 45 likes. Let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100. Today. Niger Bullet, keep dropping the likes, people. Let's see what else do we have. We took sports chances away and let Leicester City win the league. Tonight it's Arsenal's turn. We have to do the same and let Manchester City win the league. At least that's not gonna. I can't. The banter will be crazy. Lampard's style of play is passion, energy, and desire, not tactical. Set up a freestyle football play and hope for the best. He should go coach in the league. Here's the thing. What I want to say: the last two games against Real Madrid and against Brentford, the setup has actually been excellent. But the selection, I would say, has been poor in the attacking area. He's selected the wrong players. You could say the productivity showed, those people shouldn't be starting anywhere close to the final third. Chelsea go win today by 3-1. Okay, I believe you. Let's see that happen, and I'll take it happily. If you remember, Arteta was on the brink after a bad run of games early on. That ended against Frank and Chelsea. We lost. Arteta absolutely has Frank cards here. Wow. Big up to you too, Eugene. I hope you're okay. I haven't seen you in a while. Arsenal is the club who cannot beat a Sporting in 2 games this league. Wow. Okay, you're gonna keep bulk up your comments together, please. But more importantly, big up to you, Eugene. I hope you're doing well. Like the video, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. I think the chat is on fire. Okay, a few stuff, then I'll get to Bobby. Kachila, that utterance of man shows the level of his gratitude. Lampard isn't. Wow. Oh, I want to go to heaven. He threw Roman under the bus. That's one thing I will never forget. I didn't like that. During that, again, I know he was being cautious, but he could have worded his response differently. Under the bus, denounced Jabba, and he's still bad-mouthing Roman, disappointing. In what sense? I really want to hear that from you. People think Mourinho has not shown progress. Not progress in the sense his approach hasn't changed. He's the same old Mourinho. Majority of the times, just find a way to win. It doesn't have to be pretty. He's not been progressive enough for me personally. Correct me, I could be wrong. I want to hear from you. People think Mourinho has not shown progress, but that is not true. Roma won a Conference League and in contention for top four, and they have not even spent. No, that's not. It's not in the sense of him being the manager. Always again, he always wants to have a ready-made players. That's not where my argument is coming from. Football is about winning now, and every other way is a delusion. Yep, I think I agree with you. That's why I say I take Mourinho now. But under normal circumstances, would I take him? No, I'd still say he's not the most progressive for me. Big up, coach. Big up to you too. If you're watching, people will have 72 people watching, and we have 46 likes. The likes to go along with. Please take a second, drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Chill. We cannot disrespect Lampard unless we're talking about his coaching. Yeah, everything, the disrespect right now, I think maybe is his coach. My heart, are you okay, Glenn? Please let us know that you're okay. So now let me go to my Bobby on the panel here. Bobby, big up to you. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. What do you make of the vote here? Out of 79,000, and it's still growing. So by the time we end the show, I think we have more votes on this. It's actually gone down to 24. It was 30 plus. 63% thinks Arsenal will win. 13% thinks it will be a draw, and 24% thinks Chelsea will lose. And this is down to our recent form. This is down to the fact that we've not been doing well. What do you make of it? Out of 79,454 people that voted, think it's going to be a loss for us. But your thoughts, you seem confident that we're winning this one, and I hope you're right. But your thoughts with these votes, particularly, why do you think that is the case?
Big up, coach. I don't know. Can you hear me? Because I've got an earpiece on, and usually it's a problem too. Sorry?
Your sound is excellent today.
Oh, good, good, good. Even with my earpiece. Yeah, I mean, all these things from a personal point of view, as usual, that's the only point of view of which I can speak. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. You know, you can ask a million people, talk about what happened in, the
Mm-hmm.
year dot and so on. These are good talking points. However, football is a simple game, and you're only as good as your next game. There's
Mm-hmm.
been so much negativity thrown at Chelsea, a lot of lack of perspective. Nobody seems to remember that every single time Arsenal have beaten us in the past, they've always had a full squad, and we've always been injury ravaged. They've always had the officials in their pocket. You know, people forget what happened in the FA Cup final that we played them, what Anthony Taylor did, the players that limped off injured, the players that couldn't even get onto the pitch. We've always been at a disadvantage, always. Today, even they have a fully fit squad. We still have players missing. But you know what? Today, there is their comeuppance. We're beating them today. I don't say out of confidence, I say out of defiance. I am defiant. We're beating Arsenal today. You know, this is their karma. You know, they bought the match officials, they buy the media, they play full strength against us, and they still make out as if they're this sort of team that has some sort of dominance over us. They don't have any dominance over us. Whenever we're 50-50 with them, we end up beating them. Even when we're less under strength, we end up beating them sometimes. But today we're beating Arsenal. Period. I don't care
Okay,
what anything
so
else
that's a
says.
Chelsea fan in you speaking, not really a confident. I understand it. You just want your
It's the
to win.
defiance. It's the defiance in me, knowing that
Mm-hmm.
football, you're only as good as your next game, knowing that we are capable of doing it. These players are
It's
not
a
bad
game you
players.
cannot script.
There's no formula to it. These
Mm-hmm.
are not bad players. These are good players, but they have had bad coaching and bad organization. However, things can flip on a dime. You know, they've been together for a week, then they played a game, and now they've had another week and they're about to play a game. You never
Mm-hmm.
know. This is the kind of team that you score one goal, score two goals, and the floodgates will open and they'll keep
Mm-hmm.
scoring. It's not like they haven't been making chances. It's just they haven't been finishing them. It's not that
Yeah.
they are not defensively sound. In fact, they're probably one of the most defensively sound teams in the Premier League right now. Certainly, they have a better defensive record than Arsenal. So I say this, and I keep saying it: compact the midfield, flood it. Don't be outnumbered in midfield against Arsenal. Press and counter press more than them, and let your wing backs be alert of their fast wingers. Once you've taken care of that side of the game, you will move forward. And when you
Mhm.
move forward, finish your chances. If you score once or twice against this Arsenal team, they will collapse because they're beginning to get uncertain of themselves. And if there's one team that people fear, even till now, it's Chelsea. They're afraid. They know that we can do the impossible. They know that. That's why they're preparing very hard, because you never really know what to expect from Chelsea. But today will be their comeuppance. We're gonna shut them down at the Emirates, their own backyard.
Yeah, I hope to see that happen. People, you've heard Bobby speak a lot about positive stuff there. He's just, even though he's saying he's not confident, but he's being defiant. He thinks we can win. I think we have good enough players to win. If the players show up, if they show the fight and the spirit we usually see in London derbies, which I haven't seen in a while from Chelsea players, I think that will go a long way. So we broke Glenn's hurt. We broke his heart by going in on his his GOAT, his greatest of all time midfielder. Bigger bro, love the content. Thank you so much, Henry Kanechukwanne. I appreciate you. I like your name so much because I know the meaning. Yes, people, if you're watching, keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 48 likes. We should be doing better than that. Let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100. And please do subscribe if you haven't. Hopefully, Pochettino will be at the game. We were told he was going to be in again with the audience in the last game. He wasn't there. As I'm not. I just have this picture there because we may well need to talk about him. But Keshawn, the New York guy, big up to you. That statement from Debayo is why I said Lampard is an egomaniac, a selfish individual. He should never return to Chelsea after this season. If he goes out and become a legendary manager, he will come back again. And there's still time for him. But do I think it's get another job in the Premier League? No, probably in the Championship. He has to start afresh to prove himself. Coach, starting from Porto, Mourinho has always bought 1, 2, 3 players in a new team, players who made instant impact in improving the team. You can check his history. He doesn't go about like Conte. I'm not talking about him behaving like Conte. I'm talking about the approach to the game. Way too pragmatic for me, but I'll take that right now if you understand my argument. And the only signing, one of the signings you could say that I've seen him make that didn't really work out, let me say the Atletico Madrid left back, Luis, and you can say this guy on loan from Inter Milan, what's his name? The Portuguese international, always passing the ball with the side foot. That guy and Bularus. I think Bularus, those are signings that I've seen, the players that I can remember. There are others too that he signed that didn't really work. But that's the list of my concerns. 24% is too much. Bigger, bro. So more importantly, I hope you're doing well, bro. I haven't seen you in a while. Keep dropping the likes, people. We've gotten to 50. We're halfway, off our target today. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. We can, because we have 74 people watching, and we can get it to 100 as soon as possible. Only if you believe we can. Big up to you, my brother, Claude. Eugene says, if you have ambitions, you can easily make top 4. Okay, yes, we get it. And please, I like what I'm seeing from the OGs here. Put your comments together. Don't put them one by one. Don't put them one by one, please. Put them together, bulk them up and send them so you don't have too many comments in the chat. That way, I hope this is Helgi. Helgi, if you're the one in the chat here, let me know that's you. I want to make you a mod as soon as possible. That way it will be easy. I won't be reading one person's comments too many times while we have a lot of people in the chat. And I also want to say thank you to those of you that are members of the channel. and haven't complained how I still accommodate others, because I should be prioritizing your comment, but I know you understand. Lampard, not that bad, but when Graham Potter had the job, everyone said he has the players. It won't make his job easy. Then boom, life took us by surprise. Life did take us by surprise. But the truth remains, like I said, the two last games, the setup, the players played well, but the attack, the selection has been the issue, especially in the attacking area, where before the game started, the last game especially, I knew we were going to dominate the game, but we were not going to score goals. And now that doesn't mean it's not rocket science to figure that out. We've been struggling in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net, but the selection didn't help matters either. I would have started those people those players that have been hitting the woodwork or coming close to score, just a little adjustment, and boom, they will start scoring. So it didn't make any sort of sense to put them on the bench because of that. Declan, much love to you. I've said hello to you. And Francis, much love to you. All the coaches we try who are labeled progressive leaves us right where we are. Jose Mourinho wins, and that's all that matters. I think I can agree with you right now. But thank you so much for saying that. Who do you think, Eugene? Okay, have the conversation with him. I think he likes to have conversation with a lot of people. Poch might show up at Emirates. If he shows up, then that would be a heavy indication that probably going to be his job. He's probably going to be the one to to get the job. Lampard is not good. Chelsea comes before any player, and that involves Lampard. No decent person denies a true friend in their time of need. Roman made Lampard, and that's a fact. This thing, I will never forget that. We did talk about it on the show here at length, and a lot of people weren't happy. But as much as I really want to move on from that, I've seen also other reasons why I don't. But his legendary status at the club will never change as a player. But as a manager, it hasn't really worked. Here's the thing, I will never forget that comment. But I hate to talk about it even further. I've moved on from it, but I will never forget it. It's just me saying, for instance, I forgive people, but I usually don't forget what they do to me. Because if I forget what they did to me, then I will, leave myself vulnerable to experience a reoccurrence of whatever they did to me, if that makes sense. But I understand where you're coming from. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. Lampard always a shield away from brows. We need characters like Ivanovic today. Here's the link to the membership. We have around 20 members plus today. And that's thanks to Wally Waldo, my British friend and brother, who gifted people with a membership. So I appreciate that from him. That's not easy. Good day, everyone. How much are we losing? Are we losing by today? I don't know. I don't think. I'm just going to say, even though I'm not saying that confident, I say we're not going to lose. I think we need Rafael Leao instead of Sadio Mane. If we can get Leao, I'll take him over Mane. Mane is it's not that young anymore. But from what I heard, Eugene, the truth is, I think they're trying to get Mane because of his experience. They need to have a mix of experience and youth. Chelsea team right now is like a lion, fasting and sleeping, or in the cage. But one day we'll wake up hungry. I hope that day is next year. I've always known that my concern. I know a lot of you have heard me say that before. It has always been the immediate future. The future, the long-term future, I think is bright. The foundation is there. The structure is there. I think we'll be good a long time. But I'm just concerned with regards to the club's immediate future. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 54. You people are absolute legends. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. And soon we will start doing plugging in the players. Chelsea FC needs to get under their skins. A brow is a perfect solution. The game may be lost, but we must win. At least. Man City own this. Okay, you've said that a billion times. Please, just let's talk about something else. If that makes sense, please. I get it. You keep repeating it, and I know a lot of people believe you, but I think the Premier League is still one of the best leagues. One of the best. I didn't say categorically the best or clearly the best. One of the best leagues in world football, if that makes sense. So please, let's stop talking about that right now and move on. Lampard doesn't have it in him to give a kick or two to Arteta at the dugout. I think he has it in him. He nearly punched, what's his name, Jurgen Klopp. But we'll move on from that. This says, big up to you too, Hal. Yeah, I asked if that was you. If you can confirm, I want to make you a moderator. But big up to you, brother. Always nice to see you. Lampard should honorable resign. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. Ancelotti does not submit much to the system like Pep because he has. We're talking about, please, let's keep it to Chelsea here, please. And when you hear Lampard's press conference after losing games, all you hear is passion, energy, and desire, nothing about tactical setup. That shows his mindset. Wow, some argument right there. I hate this feeling about Chelsea this season. We all do. It's not a good feeling, really. It would be a problem for us at Chelsea if Chilwell starts. Cucurella would most likely be able to keep up with Martinez. Wow, some argument right there. Let's see. Hernandez is better. What? Hernandez is better for left back. Really? Mebret, I'm not sure where you're getting that from. People keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I think Lampard is a bad manager, but I think is victim here at the end. Yep, I agree with you, Eugene. Whenever you speak sense, you do speak sense a lot. It's not, everything isn't his problem. It's not all what we'll find us, the situation we'll find ourselves now under his tenure. His second stint at Chelsea manager isn't down to him alone. Lampard has still not figured out how to untangle the shoelaces he received in the mess from Potter. Well, I think you could say that. It makes sense. And a lot of people, Adebayo Makunju, my bro, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I sincerely do appreciate that. That will go a long way for the community. Thank you so much. When you hear Pep and Klopp tactics and system, you get goosebumps. You hear Lampard's it's fitness, passion. That's probably what he was, brought in to do. Maybe I think at least that's how I see it. If that makes sense. Who is Chelsea manager now? It's still Frank Lampard. That hasn't changed. It's Bolly. Okay. Let's see. It's Lampard. Yeah. Just have somebody please help me with some of those questions. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 57 likes, 3 more to get it to 100. You people are absolute legends. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. 3 more to get it to 60, so to speak. And then we need 40 to get it to 100. So right now we need 43 more to get it to 100. Please, we can make it happen only if you believe we can. I was not surprised Lampard threw Roman under the bus. That's what they do over there. As the country threw Roman under the bus. I'm trying to not to read something that will seem as if I hate a certain set of people. Please, let's word our words carefully, bro. Please, taking over 200 million. Just say the UK government. Maybe that would be better. Under the bus after taking over 200 million from him during COVID. It's a shame, really. I think we ought to talk about someday. That fast and lion analogy sounds sweet. Can we offer Bolly as the lamb? No, please, come on, man. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and become a member if you can afford it. If you cannot, you're still a valuable member of the community. The link is pinned at the very top of the channel. Chelsea is big for Lampard to manage. That's not new. Let's see what we have here. What name am I seeing here? Is that Bayani? Okay, Bayani Hotels. Okay. I supported Rafael Leao is more better than signing Mane. I think I agree with that, but is he available? I don't know. I was only surprised JT did the right thing, standing up for Roman. He did, yeah, and most other players, again, former players from other clubs did speak up with regards to how we were treated then. And some of our former players didn't. Lots of our former players didn't say much, really. Yep. If the sanctions were if the sanction was justified, why was Arsenal owner or Umanov not sanctioned? He's closer, to the man in question. There, let's move on. Let's not start sounding like as if we're talking politics here. But Makunju, Adebayo Makunju, thank you so much for becoming a member, brother. I sincerely do appreciate that. You've been a valuable member of this community. Always constructive comments in the chat. I've read that one, and this one here. Isn't it crazy? It's still up players on this roster when Lampard first got sacked. I wouldn't say it's crazy. Sometimes people stay longer than that, but in some sense it is crazy because some of them are underperforming. He's talking about Theo Martinez of AC Milan. An Arsenal transfer target. Okay, thank you. We need to support Lampard right now because he's going to lead the team till the end of the season. Like Fabrizio Romano said, things can change. We've been poor, so in football, you don't know. 2 more to get it to 60, and then we'll be looking for 40 to get it to 100. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what we have here. Blue Blood, Umanov was sanctioned too. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. Blue Blood, much love to you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. Thank you for finding the time to join in the show. Chelsea need just 3 course of actions. Let's see, what else do we have here? McDonald's will probably be in our new stadium. Really, you think so? Nkunku, Modric, Mane, do we really need so many left-sided wingers, or you could say hybrid forwards maybe, even after assuming that we'll sell the rest, Pulisic and etc. What else do we have here? And we have this bro here, Broskit. It's been a minute. Please do let me know. I hope you're well. Match prediction 4-0 in the first half. Okay, let's see. And Makunju says, hire a good coach, get an experienced football CEO to run daily operations. Bali should return back to solemnly board duties. I think he's done that already. I think he stepped down. He stopped getting involved. He's stopped a while ago. Stopped getting involved in the transfer process and all that. I don't know. That's just me thinking that. I think I read something to that effect actually. But that's by the way. And finally, set a strict performance target for the coaches. It's a good argument. If we can sell 15 players this summer and bring just Harry Kane, Poch, we can finish top 4. Good luck with Harry Kane. Lampard even refused to extend his contract with Chelsea and signed for City. Yeah, I know that one too is an issue for me, but we see things differently. At Everton, he refused to sanction the sale of Gordon. No, I'm not going to count that one against him. He wants to keep his best players as manager. And Richarlison to Chelsea. Now, Roman under the bus. Get him out. No, that has happened. Roman's case has happened for a long while now. Harry Kane, wow. Come on. How are you, my man? Just following the program, man. Muna, Michael, Moyeka, thank you so much for following the program. I appreciate you. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream and also subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, the likes do go a long way. More importantly, you don't really have to subscribe. Subscribe only if you want to. You viewing does go a long way. As we even are we even looking in the transfer window for players that the coach might want? If not, then the owners are still making the same errors before too much of a scattergun approach. Wow, that is some comment. Yeah, good to see you, coach. Good to see you too, brother. So, Bobby, I'm coming back to you. Hopefully, you have time to speak. I know you're probably at work. The question I want to ask you: what structure do you think he goes with, and why do you think that will be the case? I know you like packing the midfield, but I'll be surprised if he say anything differently. But let's see from his, if knowing him well, what structure do you think he goes with? From given what he's done in recent games.
Well, there's no knowing him well. It's just what needs to be done.
Okay.
The word for Chelsea fans, and indeed for the club today, is defiance. We need defiance. On the 19th of May 2012, when we stepped into the Allianz Arena, we had so many players out, suspended, injured, our centre-backs were injured and played, and we performed a miracle. In May 2021, we stepped into the Porto Stadium and faced a formidable Man City side that was clear favourites, and we performed a miracle. Chelsea are the team that does the impossible. We will go to Arsenal and beat them, especially if we play the right way. I always go for 3-5-2 for a game like this because of the compactness it gives you in the middle of the field. You're compact in the middle, you stifle them.
Well, Bobby, you may well have to change your position. I think you're getting that static sound. Maybe you move from where you were before.
Okay.
We're getting static feedback from your end. I'm not sure what usually causes that.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it sounds better. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, as I was saying, you're compact in the middle. You strangle the game. You need to strangle the game with Arsenal because by strangling the game, you're cutting out their quick 1-2 passing, and you're making them have to hustle. I wouldn't be surprised, or personally, I would play the likes of, I know people don't like him, but Chelsea need nasty, tough players. We don't need nice players. That's why I would play Gallagher. I would play Zakaria in midfield. These are fighters. Ruben, physicality. I would even play, I know people won't like that, and I know he makes a lot of mistakes, especially under pressure. But in a game like this, he's a hustler, Cucurella. These are things that will unsettle Arsenal. They don't like these things. They want pretty gentle players so that they can play their stuff. They don't want your, old-time Ivanoviches of this world or people like the Mikels of this world we had, or the Drogbas that would Drogba always had them for breakfast. Why? He's a hustler, he's a tough guy. They don't like it, even till today, that their team is slightly physically more prepared, but they don't like that physical stuff. And that's what we've got to do today.
And they haven't changed much.
They haven't. They have changed physically, but they haven't changed much mentally. And if we do that, we will win. If we don't, then it's another matter.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bobby. I'll go back. I don't know if you have anything to say before I continue with the chat, and now come back. So you think you're not sure what structure he's going to go with? You didn't mention that, and that was the question I asked you.
I said the 3-5-2.
Okay. That's still three at the back, but also more players in the midfield than the attacking area. Okay, let's see. If you're in the chat, what structure do you think Frank Lampard will go with? I think it will most likely be a three at the back structure. The question now is how is it going to be going beyond the flat back three? What is the structure in the middle going to be? And in the attacking area, yes, if you're watching, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. We're at 61 likes right now, which means we need 39 more to get it to 100. We can make it happen, but only if you feel we can. I'd really appreciate us if we can get to 100 as soon as possible. We need to use the poll when it comes to vote in certain cases where it will most likely not be as simple, not be simple to plug in players. So I'm waiting to see what structure do you think Frank Lampard would deploy during the game. Let's hear it from you. Just give me 1 second here. I'm sharing the link to the show so that more people can join us. Let's see what else we have here. Red Bull Leipzig 2-0. Okay. Bobby, I think you meant to say Brow, but it's too sharp a word for the panel. Let me put it in the chat and that by defiance. Yeah, I think it's all a mix of everything we've talked about today. The spirit we want to see, the derby spirit, play like it's a derby, play like our lives depend on it, play like we don't want to see them win. We don't want to see them win the league. At least play with that spirit. I think that will go a long way for us. Lampard, the Chelsea legend, was self-centeredness, egomaniac, selfish and clueless. I cannot stand that guy. Wow. Okay, keep it to yourself if it's gotten that bad for you. Arsenal is trash. I cannot believe that they are on first position. Well, they are there, but I don't think they're there right now. I think City has overtaken them. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can only strangle the game if the team's cohesion is on point. Players working for each other. Unfortunately, Lampard himself said he doesn't have time to work on that on the training ground. Well, we have a lot of new players, so lack of cohesion will always be. You can say we'll be seeing disjointed display to a considerable extent for a while. Bobby is so spot on. I know you like him. You have never said, Makunju, even though you're my bro, I've never heard you say coach is spot on, even though I'm your bro. But much love. Thank you for appreciating Bobby's comment there. I remember when football fans talk about players like Kaká, Ronaldo. Now they talk about De Bruyne. De Bruyne is still a good player. He's still an excellent player. Even if he played with those guys, he'd still be good. He's an excellent player. He's an exceptional talent, actually. Big up Kuchila. Big up my bro DJ. So nice to see you, bro. 62 likes, people. Let's keep it going up. You people are absolute legends. It looks like we'll hit 100 as soon as possible. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Bobby and everyone in the chat always tuning in to my normal lunchtime show. People, remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much for saying that, my bro DJ. I appreciate that. Still no announcement yet on the manager. Nope, not yet. Which I've always told people, whatever you hear out there, don't just believe in them. Dump them into a single bucket, tag them speculations or rumors, dissect and analyze, and then come to a sensible conclusion. Don't just suck up everything you see out there. We're vulnerable right now, and the Twitter journalists and even the media, big media, they are feeding off of our vulnerability in terms of where we find ourselves. Well, we suck up everything we read. That's where we are. Game isn't due for another 6 hours, and they are already drunk. People in the chat. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 60. That's 64 likes, which means we need 36 more to get it to 100. Let's get it done as soon as possible, people. We can do that. I like Bobby's analogy about physicality. We shouldn't be dependent on Arsenal's slickness. We'll slice into our physicality like a hot knife on a butter. But yeah, I get that coming there. Francis Winters, big up, always nice to see you. And if you're a moderator in the chat, please keep reminding people there to always, keep dropping the likes on the stream so that we can get it to 100 as soon as possible. And when you see somebody use more than 3 emojis, if they're not a moderator, remind them their message have been deleted because they use more than 3 emojis. Educate them or not to use more than 3 emojis so they don't get you can say timed out. Big up Francis Winters. Let's just beat Arsenal and stop them winning the league. That is like winning. That would be like winning a trophy for me. It's a London derby. Let's just back the team up to Charles. Yeah, whoever the manager is, it doesn't matter. Todd Burger FC says to Eugene. Let's see. The word for Chelsea FC today is defiance, and I'm going for it. Defiance it is. All odds against us. Yep. Let me see the poll again. Let's just look at it. To show all odds are against us. Yep. It's gotten worse. I think it's in 81,226 votes. 63% thinks it's most definitely a loss for Chelsea. 13% thinks it's going to be a draw. On only 24 believes we're winning. I hope we'll defy all odds today. So defiance is the word. And Bobby, thank you so much for using that term. I think that's what we should be. Defiance is what we're looking for. We have to be defiant. It doesn't matter how badly we performed of late. It doesn't matter the fact that they have 75 points right now, and we have just 39 points right now. They are second on the table, and we're 12th on the table. They're averaging 2.4 goals per game, and we're averaging 0.9 goals per game. Everything has a start, and maybe this is the day we start scoring more goals. I hope we win. So I'm not just gonna say take it all up and say we've lost already because we're in a bad form and they've beaten us in the last 3 games. I think that has to change someday, and maybe today's the day. But that's why the way we'll move on from that. Let me see. I think, is this a serious update here? I think nothing with us. It's just about Bayern Munich. Let's see. Kachila, I can assure you that if we had a player like De Bruyne, Lukaku would have scored at least 25 goals at the time he was here. I mean, that's a legit argument, really. I'm not going to argue against that. We need 35 more likes to get it to 100 people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Thank you so much for all the love. The likes will go a long way. Let's see. Bobby meant that we should play anywhere Belefice in Nigeria. Lingua, pack the bus, kick the heck out of Saka and Martinelli, then score a Jambodi goal. Yeah, typical. I love it when you speak Pidgin, bro. I think I've lost my flair in terms of whenever I speak Pidgin. I do love speaking Pidgin English. But that's, by the way, I think, yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty today. We don't have to control the game. We just have to find a way to win. Kick those players you've mentioned if that's what it would take to win it. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Coach, if we are predicting Lampard's lineup, we must start the formation by drawing an arrow towards our own goal. I think with the structure we're looking at here, isn't that the case? Not really. It's more like a diamond rather than an arrow towards any position. Maybe because there's a way you'd also set it up, it'd be an arrow towards your our goal. But yeah, I don't want to jinx anything. I'm hopeful we're winning the game today. I'm hoping we get a win today. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 65 likes, 35 more to get it to 100. We can make it happen. If you're a mod, keep reminding people to drop the likes on the stream. We get there soon. I did say I want to look at yeah, a lot of it's I think to some point you could argue a forbidden name. So let's get into the lineup building exercise. We know Kepa starts. I get it. Some are arguing that he could have done better on occasions that we've considered. To me, I would say those goals we consider weren't his fault. Even if you did bring up the argument that he could have done better, but I think he starts. Plus Frank Lampard's comment that he hasn't seen anything that warrants Kepa dropping to the bench and Mendy being the starting goalkeeper. And Mendy has actually been out for a while, and that could be a factor too. But I think most definitely Kepa starts in goal. Let's look at our players we have injured here. Let's see players we still have injured. It says Reece James hamstring out for the rest of the season. Mason Mount hip injury and he went under the knife, so was never going to be available. Bettinelli, who hasn't played, is injured too. Marco Correa strain injury mid-May. Khalid Koulibaly late May. Kai Havertz a knee injury doctor. So there's a chance we see Kai today. So Kai will most likely be in contention. That's the way I see it. Amanda Broya, we know we're aware of that one. So, but before we start plugging in the players, Michael Obinka is on the panel with us. Michael, I want to ask you this question: what structure or formation, if you prefer, do you think Frank Lampard will go with? And big up to you, more importantly.
I think, yeah, big up, guys. I think the formation I like. The
formation I like. You think he'd go with?
Okay,
so
okay. The one I think.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, but go ahead.
Okay, the one I think that it will be okay. I think 4-3-3, 4. No. 3-4-3 is okay. Yeah.
And why? It looks like you're hearing my. Maybe you have to go out and come back. And it looks like, yeah, I can hear you, but it looks like you don't hear me. There's a bit of delay between my comment.
Are you there?
I'm here. I think you're having an issue. You may have to go out and come back in. Sorry about that. If you can hear me, I couldn't hear what you're saying, and I think it takes a few seconds before you could hear what I said. Let's see what else we have here. Welcome to America. Chelsea is entertainment for the owners. Please, can you just stop? Just move on from that and talk about it. Big brain, no heart. Get the fluffs on, bro. Let's see what we have here. 4-4-3. Yeah, we need 12 players to get the win today. Quarterback in the middle. Yeah, go ahead with it. Can we just play a striker for once? I think we'll see that happen. Tonight's derby, Phil R7, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. People were stuck at 65 likes. Let's beef it up. Let's get it to 70 and shoot for 100 as soon as possible. We need 35 more to get it to 100, and it's possible, but only if you feel we can do that. Tonight's derby, we can grind out a point if Lampard approaches the game wisely. We can actually win because Arsenal, they're not going to defend it. They're going to come at us with the confidence that it can actually beat us, and they want to win. They're under pressure. Remember, as much as it is bad for us, the fact that we haven't won a single game in 8 attempts, and actually in 5, we've lost 5 in a row. You can see here they've struggled too. One win, the win against Leeds United, and a draw against Liverpool, a draw against West Ham, a draw against Southampton. And the game against Southampton, actually, they could have lost that one. And then they lost against Man City. They've dropped 6 points in total in 4 games. So they're under pressure. Plus, they've been looking to get back to the top of the table. Let's see where they are right now. I want to look at the table here. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so they're under pressure. They want to win. Man City have a game in hand, which if they win, they will have how many points? It will be 4 points. They will be leading with 4 points. But Arsenal, they're under pressure to win to make sure Man City don't have the chance to lead with 4 points or to get back. Because if they win, they go 78 points. Yeah, we know Man City will still have a game in hand, but still, they are under pressure. I think they are more under pressure than us. I think you can say that gives us an edge. We have nothing to lose. Maybe we have something to lose because we're not sure we're safe at this point because we still have just 39 points and we're 12th. There's no telling how things will pan out with the rest of the teams on below us on the table. But let's see. My point is they are under pressure. They would want to win. But let's see how the game. It's today. So JC, Coach, our wingers and forwards are small in structure size, and we must go with 550 and pack the team with beasts, and then go for a brow. Where do you get the beasts from? Yeah, I don't know where they're going to come from, but I guess your argument there. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know when. There was an era we went through when we started buying these little players. I think it was, I can't remember when this started. Was it around?
I think it was under Roman's quest for beautiful football, for more skillful players. The more, it was the era when we started getting the Marco Marines, Oscars, and all that. Yeah,
you know, too much of anything is bad. Too much of anything.
Balance is key.
And in a league like this, like the Premier League, you know, we got into this habit of negating the need for physicality. And so we kept buying small. Sometimes you have to look at people. Yes, you're a good player, but are you able to deal with it in terms of the squad and the team? This is where you need you need to cook. You need the right ingredients. And right now we have too many weaklings. We've had that for a while, and we've got to toughen up. We've got to focus now on the tough players. And the 3 purchases left to purchase in the summer, we have a backup striker already, I believe is Detro Fofana. But
and he's physical.
Yeah, he's physical. But the top striker definitely has to be physical. A midfielder we're bringing in definitely has to be physical. And that's why we have to maintain one of the current physical guys, either Ruben, either Gallagher, or even, although he's too injury prone, Zakaria. But we need that in the middle of the park, and we're certainly beginning to get that in defense. Once we address that, we'll be able to battle. Right now, we can't battle. We even struggle to battle against Real Madrid. Imagine that. Tony Kroos was bullying everybody in midfield. I hate seeing that. That's not what Chelsea's about.
Yeah, I think that's a solid argument. We need to balance it out. We need to have it doesn't have to be all flair, but no power and all that. A good mix always does go a long way. What else do we have here? Fofana must start today, just for the size of his fist. I think he should start, but I get where you go. I think Fofana deserves a start. You're talking about Dr. Fofana, I hope. I think he deserves to get a chance. Frank did talk about him, but that's no guarantee that he gets a chance to start today. I'm not sure I can, I can say because of the way Frank spoke that most likely Dr. Fofana gets the chance today. But I hope he starts because he's a good player. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to take care of something, and I think there's an update here from AD Love for Blue. Let me see what it is. If it's something we need to look at quickly before we continue. Okay, it's an interesting update, really. AD, this maybe I'll open it up a bit and look at it as the show continues. Sorry, Coach Amal. Yeah, I noticed that. Messi, good question. I don't know, but the talks are that he's going back to Barcelona. Let me know if that's not the case, Eugene. Stop Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard. Then Chelsea have a chance to draw. I think we have to have a very mobile players on the flanks, with the wing backs, with a left centre back or right centre back. They have to be very mobile and quick. Otherwise, they're going to find it very difficult dealing with Arsenal's pacey forwards. We have 66 likes, people, 34 more to get it to 100. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. And also, do subscribe if you're enjoying the show. Google will not let you type that word. What word? Okay, let's see. You need to also remove, let's see what else we have. BS? I'm not sure what you meant by that. Let's see what else we have here. Now, owners, now new owners, new ideas, new system, and a bad start. No need to be worried. I think the path is very exciting. The future, maybe to be. Let me remix it for you a bit. I think the future is bright, and I want us to look at something here. AD Love for Blue sent me an update, and I really want us to look at it. Just give me 1 second here. Hopefully, you fixed your connection issue. So this one is news from the quoting CFC Bayern, an outlet I don't know, that Chelsea are interested in Benjamin Pavard, and the decision about his future is still open. Bayern Munich would also like to extend his contract. I think it's sounding like we're going to see a situation where Bayern will say, okay, if you want to take Pavard from us, we want one player or the other player from you, because I'm sure Thomas Tuchel, he probably likes some of the players in our squad. What about Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Julian Alvarez, Bobby? I think you don't understand his argument. It's as simple as that. Eugene will always had players very sound, but technically and physically, yeah, we've had a mix of that before. So let's go on with the lineup. Keep paying attention to what I'm doing. If you disagree with anything, you let me know. Please keep beefing up the likes. 66 likes. Let's get it to 70 and shoot for 100 as soon as possible. Let's see. I'm going to start plugging in the players here because we don't have too much time before we round off here. Big up to you, Giovanni Jafta. It's been a while. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Kachila, I agree with you. We need physicality. We need. But the way I say it, we need a mix. We need to mix it up because physicality, physical players can come in handy. It doesn't mean getting a physical player that cannot play. You can find there's always there are players who are physical and also at the same time can be good. Casado can be physical and still good, and he's an excellent player. We need a physicality and slickness and the imagination going forward. Stoke was the most physical side in the EPL. Where are they now? Yeah, we need the balance. And Bobby understand that. He still did say it clearly. We need balance. We just don't need all small players. Sometimes that can be a disadvantage, if that makes sense. if we pursue Pavard, that speaks of Reece's James, Reece's so. No, I wouldn't see it like that, really. But more importantly, thanks again for becoming a member, bro. I sincerely do appreciate that. So how these Man City players can cook, but Chelsea, they have physical players. If you benefit, they're mixed. That's the sort of mix we want. And not really size, not really how tall you are. If you can deal with physicality, you'll be fine. I don't know how to explain that or for you to understand what I mean. I want to change something here quickly. Okay, and then do this. Go this. That's moderator. Manage and moderator. Okay, there you go. I think I fixed it. So if you're watching, please keep dropping the likes on the stream. 68. Let's get it to a 70 and shoot for 100. 2 more to get it to 70. 32 more to get it to 100. We can do that. So centrally, Thiago Silva most likely, and he's fine. Thiago Silva to his right. I'm going to say, unfortunately, I think Badiashile won't get a chance. I don't think he gets a chance on the Frank Lampard. As much as I think he should, as much as I think would be better off playing him on the left-hand side because that's his a specialized again with regards to that position. He's a special. That's his the position he's played in predominantly. Chalobah hasn't played on the left-hand side. He's always played on the right-hand side. So I'm not sure what Lampard's thinking. I think he trusts Chalobah more. At least that's how I see it. And I think Chalobah will actually start today because he did well there. But I'm thinking with what's his name, Badiashile on the pitch, I think would have done better defensively, even aerially too, if that makes sense. So Fofana here, most likely. Fofana on the right-hand side, most likely. I'm going to leave the left-hand side because I'm going to ask that questions there. Here, Chilwell, most likely. I'm going to plug in some of these areas here. Ben Chilwell there, most likely in the left wing back position. Yeah, you go ahead. Michael, let's see if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Hopefully it doesn't take 10 seconds before you hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, your thoughts.
Sorry, I'm having network issue here.
No problem. You don't have to apologize. It happens to all of us. Sometimes we do. We've canceled shows on occasions due to bad internet connection. So the question for you is, what formation do you really think Lampard will go with? You can go ahead and talk about what formation you think will be best for us, but what formation do you think he'd go with and why? Yeah, I think we're still having connection issues. I don't think it takes like 10 months before you hear what I'm saying. So maybe you need to we need to fulfill that. Your participation today, unfortunately, it's not your fault. I understand. It says how I see why Bobby rates Gallagher. Why Bobby rates Gallagher? Energy, desire, and physicality, and nothing else. Here's the thing. I think actually he's had the most tackles. That's probably why Lampard starts him. Where is it here? Successful tackle. I think Gallagher leads in that department for Chelsea. So, but I don't think he should play. He should be playing as an ace. This is no time to experiment or give him time to grow into that role. I want to find it here. Where is it? And this is big chances created. Raheem Sterling. That's one of the reasons why he starts Raheem Sterling. He had 6 big chances created. Conor Gallagher. Second, that may well be one of the reasons why he starts him as an 8. But Gallagher also, you see, successful tackles per 90 minutes. He has 1.8, followed by Michael Correa, 1.8, 1.5, Silva. That may well be the reasons why, one of the reasons why we think he's not going to start, and boom, Frank selects him. But for me, I would look beyond those factors. If I want to start him, it wouldn't be as an 8 in a situation where we really need creativity in goals. He has a goal in him, but at Chelsea, he hasn't done that consistently, like he did for Crystal Palace. Let's see. I think I've explained to a certain extent why I think he usually starts. I understand but conversation started with Ron Theory. Maybe, yeah. Much love to you, bro. You know, I always like reading your contributions in the chat. But if you can do me one favor, or in most cases, always block them in together and not send them bit by bit by bit. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 69 likes, 31 more to get it to 100. We can get there. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's see what we have here. It says Lampard will play a back four. I know it. I think it will be a risk if we play with a back four. We'd see more confusion than we've seen the last time. It'd be better off continuing with the structure we've played in the last 3 games. I think that will go a long way. Let's see what else we have. There's an update on Poch in Evening Standard. What does it say? Jerry Z, do let us know. If Lampard plays a Chalobah, he shouldn't do that. But he shouldn't reads the game so well. He's not what Nigerians would say. He's not the most gra-gra. No, it's not about gra-gra. It's about his intelligence. The guy gets into his intelligence. He reads the game so well and always at the right place at the right time to break up opposition play. Chalobah, on the other end, I think we still have that exuberance. Like correct me I think that I'm not saying, this is not me saying he's a bad player, but I think he's better off on the right hand side. We don't have to accommodate Chalobah and Fofana. Honestly, Chalobah shouldn't be starting on the left hand side. While we have Badiashile, who's capable of playing there and fulfill the role better than Chalobah can, even in terms of his passing range, his ability on the ball, his composure on the ball, his ability to read the game. I think he'd do much better for us on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, I think we'll see Chalobah again. And Lampard, if you look at the Chalobah's his performance in the last 2 games, he'd probably say, yeah, I think I still go with him, unfortunately. So I'm not sure what to expect. Yes, people, 71 likes, 29 more to get it to 100. We're getting there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. We still have a bit of time to go, so maybe we can make it. If Badiashile doesn't start this game, then Lampard hasn't got a clue. I think I will argue the same. Even though Chalobah has done well, but we have a player who's specialized in playing, fulfilling that role in particular, and also reads the game better, taller, better aerially. Why not start him? Even though I don't think Arsenal are the strongest aerially, but they can still do some damage if you give them space. It just doesn't make it. It wouldn't make any sort of sense that he's on the bench. Just having a conversation there. And real gems, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. People, keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Back again to get beat up. But I am a Chelsea fan, not just there for the good times. Thank you so much for saying that. We're in this together. We shall overcome. But how long are we going to suffer is one thing I don't know. But if we win today, it's a good season for me. As long as Arsenal doesn't win the league. I am like number 70. Thank you so much, Chama. We're at 71 right now. I appreciate that. Let's get the likes up. 29 more to get it to 100 people. We can make it happen. Chama says hello, everyone. Hello to you too, Chama. You did not go to work today, or maybe you're on a break, maybe. It just states that the talks are at crucial stages. Okay, that's a good update then. Thank you for bringing that to us. I sincerely do appreciate that. I'd like to see him Mount in that midfield instead of Kovacic. Unfortunately, Chimera Mount went under the knife a few days ago and will be out to the end of the season. And if my memory serves me right, Frank Lampard did say something to the effect of he's not sure whether he's played this last game for Chelsea. And there's a chance he leaves because the talks with regards to him renewing, extending his stay at the club hasn't it's at stalemates right now, for lack of a better talk. JC here says, Coach, Big Sam Allardyce is taking over Leeds. Is he? It was a rumor. The last time I checked, it was just a rumor. So it's becoming a reality. I think he's good at it. He may well help them stay up. Or I'm not sure mathematically. Is this still possible for them to stay up? I don't know. It's safe to say now that he is chucked off from the Bali interview list. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Allardyce actually as an interim manager over Frank Lampard, because he would have been more pragmatic, knowing all that matters is to start winning games so that the players' confidence will improve. A lot of people, Mesole, I get your point of view on Mourinho. It's true, he's not really changed. If he's to manage a Chelsea, it should be 2-year contract and another 2-year if needed. He has never survived the 3rd year since Chelsea. That has been his pattern. 3 years, and I think sometimes something will happen so much. There's a pattern there. Plus, there's a chance he actually likes it. Yeah. He says, "Can you give me a lineup for Arsenal?" I'm not sure what players they start, but I can show you their probable lineup, because probably Fortmob will have it up there. Let me just show it to you quickly. Arsenal's probable lineup. Fortmob always have it there. It is this. If you're looking at it, it looks like you're an Arsenal fan, and if you're an Arsenal fan, please make sure to subscribe to the other channel. We're still recruiting panelists, and that channel will pick up soon. It's called Soccer Perspective. Be sure to subscribe. Look at the Arsenal probable lineup. It is back 4-4-3-3 structure predominantly. That's what they play. In goal, Ramsdale. The 2 centre backs are Holding, Gabriel, Zinchenko left back, White right back, Partey centrally as a 6. The CM to the left, Xhaka, CM to the right, Odegaard, Martin Odegaard. The 3 front is just Gabriel Jesus centrally, Gabriel Martinelli to his left, to his right, Bukayo Saka. That's the Arsenal probable lineup. That's not certainly what the lineup is going to be. We don't know. But is it the right back that I like so much? I think is out. What's his name? I like that player so much. Why don't I know his name? Let me see if I can show it to you here, so we can go back to the lineup building exercise. But we need 27 more likes to get it to 100 likes, people. Let's keep it going up. This guy here, where is he? Tomiyasu. I like him so much. His industry and his ability, his technical gifted too, and the running he does on the pitch, up and down, even as a right back. He's one player I would like to see. I'd like to see such player at Chelsea. So thank you. I hope that helps. But the Sheila does deserve an opportunity. This is the perfect game for him to prove himself. He's proved himself. The games he's played, he didn't put the foot wrong, really. I'm not sure why. I think because Kukurea played so well in the Champions League, and then the following game, Graham Potter, because they say if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Is it probably thought maybe Kukurea, and Kukurea did start the following game after that Champions League performance, and he did well the following game in the left centre back position. But I don't think that should have been the case. For God's sake, we actually omitted him from the Champions League squad, and all the time he started for us in the league, he's been excellent. So why put him on the bench? This guy, Barcelona wanted him, and he wanted to come to us. We signed him, and you can say we've treated him badly, actually. To Real Madrid in 2024, they'd have to pay quite a lot. But that's your opinion. You leave players out for weeks and bring them in to play out of a sudden from the cold when you are desperate and expect a good performance. Football doesn't work like that. I think that's a simple logic. That's why there's a chance Bajashile may well not get the chance until the next manager comes in. I think if we win or draw today, Poch will be announced tomorrow. I wouldn't mind a big sum either, especially if that means he's there to punch Arteta at the dugout during browse. He's actually one manager underrated so much. Very pragmatic with his approach. 25 more likes, people. You people are absolute legends. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. We can do that, so keep dropping the likes on the stream. Thank you so much for all the support. If Melo goes to start Cook, Chelsea will sell Reece James. I don't think so. If anything, we have the two of them and rotate them to Real Madrid for a big amount of money. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happens because we may well need to balance the books. But it's going to be difficult. Counterattacks are our biggest friend against Arsenal. They will keep the ball and force us to defend. I think a loss will rush the Poch negotiations. Wow. Let's see what happens. It's a win-win situation, yeah, if that happens. But still, we still need a second right back or right wing back player who'd be as good as either. Let's see, Partey being on some sketchy form. I wonder if Arteta might gamble with Jorginho. Maybe he feels like Jorginho knows us very well and probably would do better than Partey. Hello everyone, and Chipchilla, hello to you, to Constantine Dante, my Australian bro. A big up to you and respect, gunshot for you there. 22 more likes. Let's get it to 100 people as soon as possible. That can happen. Is Lampard still at Chelsea? Please give me a break. Let's go to see Javier Badashile over Chalobah. Badashile looks more of a UFC fighter, where Chalobah is more of a ninja warrior. So both will be useful, given that analogy there. Don't want to be bad luck, guys, but Kepa will be our downfall against Arsenal if we just can get rid of him. Wow. Some argument. I won't be surprised if we see Mendy between the sticks, but let's see what happens. We're going to round off, finish this lineup and round off as soon as possible. Arsenal has been struggling with Saliba out, maybe with Tomiyasu out too. Melo Gusto and Reece James will never accept a rotation in the future. Okay. What do you mean they're not good to play always somewhere? I'm not sure. You're mixing up my opinion there. Felix, can you give your prediction? Just relax. We'll get to that. Relax, Felix. Relax. Don't be in a rush. We'll get to that in a bit. Lampard would do a Gallagher Kante cover front three. What is the problem? I'm not sure. I don't know. Mendy punches well, but Kepa kicks out of this world. Can break a few necks. Wow. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. 22 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. We can actually do that. I'm going to plug in Badashile here. But as much as I doubt that's going to happen, that's not going to happen. But he deserves to start. We'll use the poll too. This is where the problem lies here. I think I'm going to plug in Mudryk here. Let's keep going. Mudryk there, I think so. I think Raheem Sterling gets a chance here. That's what I think Frank Lampard would do. I think he'll give Mudryk a chance. I think Sterling starts. Yep. And I think Kai Havertz comes in here in a false nine. Just there. And he knows quite well. Kai has played there for a while now. It's going to be a fluid front three. I know as much as I would want Dacho Fofana to start so that we can really bite in the attack, but Kai makes a difference too. But I don't think he stops him. I'll get everyone involved. Let's keep going, people. 21 more likes to get it to 100. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Some of us emphasize about physicality. The last game against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, 1, 2, 3 passes, and our physical midfield made up with Ruben was sliced open. I wouldn't start like a hot knife through the butter. What's that? Commentator uses that term, and I like to listen to him. Sorry?
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, it sounds better now. Go ahead if you want to.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Bobby. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, crystal clear.
I just want to say, these references being made to the last time we played Arsenal. The last time we played Arsenal, so many players out injured. We always have players out injured against Arsenal. Even today, we've got key players out injured, and they never do. So making these references about how well they played and they sliced us up Of course they are. I think the last time we played Arsenal, there was no Kante. I don't that day. And, we struggled. That's in midfield, not to mention up front. So there's no reference to be made. We haven't played Arsenal with a fully fit squad for about 5 years. We have not. So even today, we're not fit. We've got no James, we've got no Mount. Those are key players out, and they have all their key players like they always do.
Yeah, Bobby, while he's still there, I'm going to ask you this question. Look at the selection. Badia Sheila on the left-hand side, because you could argue, had it been on the bench, we didn't do well. Against Real Madrid, against Brentford, we didn't do well. And he's Chalobah is good, but better on the right-hand side. But I don't think it makes any sort of sense to be starting Chalobah in the left centre-back position while we have Badia Sheila. That's his position. And he hasn't done much wrong, really. What do you make of the back three, the 2 6s of Kante and Enzo? Kante being, you could say, probably that's how my suggestion, charged to be the more disciplined of the two, but I doubt that would be the case. Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the right-hand side to help overload the midfield and the attacking area. I think he would have been a better option over, what's his name? The captain, the last time Chilwell left, Mudryk on one of the 2A, Sterling as a second, and I think he will start Sterling or Gallagher, but I'm not too sure. And Havertz centrally there, but you go ahead. Your thoughts over the lineup overall.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Frank has to start Badiashile. I don't know whether he's worried about Badiashile's pace, but I don't think he's that bad with pace. His range of passing is good. His positional play is good. His aerial ability is good, and we're going to need that. It's blatantly obvious. Just like we need a striker, lots of people are putting their hope in Aubameyang. I'm not. I haven't seen anything in Aubameyang. I don't see why. I just don't fancy him, especially against Arsenal. I don't think he'll be up for it, and that's why I want to see Detro. But yeah, I think you've chosen right. The midfield, yet again, Enzo, Kante. Okay, as long as they're the physical guys around them, as long as Ruben, who will be playing right wing back, as long as he tucks in a bit, and you have someone like Gallagher or Zakaria in and around that, offensive third to be swapping with Enzo, preferably. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've got, and that's what we need to use. As I've said, I'm not talking from a position of confidence, but if we go into that game with a mind of defiance, we will win that game for sure. Because I don't think they are what they are. They were all singing, all dancing, all flair and, confidence. A couple of bad results, and they're beginning to question themselves. A team that will be up and at them, they're not going to fancy it at all. And whether anybody, all this negative talk and that, fine, okay, it's justified. But if there's one thing I know, teams still fear Chelsea. They're very uncertain when they play Chelsea, especially Arsenal and other London rivals. They're bricking it now because they don't know what to expect. We don't even know what to expect from Chelsea. And if Chelsea turn up there and get their tactics right and they're determined, they're going to turn them over. For sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even it's gotten to a point where I don't know what to expect, but I always try to expect the best from, I always want my club to do well. I remember my friend, beautiful words of wisdom. If we could play a Kepas like to Mendy Torso, he will probably have the best goalkeeper ever. Yeah, a mix of both. But there's no such thing as a perfect goalkeeper. And no player, there's hardly one player you'd mention and not find one weakness or the other. Time for tea. Jerry Z, go enjoy your tea and come back. Thank you so much for the quality time and analysis. More importantly, I appreciate your support. It does go a long way. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see what else we have. If he starts stalling against again, he doesn't really know deserves to be a top coach. Constantine Duncan. Always nice to see you, my Australian brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I highly doubt Badiashile will start. We will probably see Cucurella there. No, Frank will not play Cucurella in the left centre back position. I think he will most likely play Chalobah or Badiashile. I don't think it will ever be Cucurella there. Madueke instead of Sterling. That is based on the idea, what we feel will be ideal to start giving the young players a chance. I feel he should be starting over Sterling. That most likely, I think Lampard will start Raheem Sterling over Noni Madueke. And looking at the statistics here, we've looked at it in so many departments. Raheem has actually done better than most people. So, and Frank's selection shows he's probably paying attention to these numbers. Conor Gallagher. Most successful, one of the most successful tackles, 1.8, followed by Mark Cucurella. In another department, big chances created. Conor Gallagher is second to Raheem Sterling, who has 6 big chances created, and Conor Gallagher 5. So that shows you that may well be the reason why he's been selected all the time. And shots on target per 90 minutes, Gallagher is third. Topping is 1.2. Kai Havertz 0.7, Raheem Sterling and Conor Gallagher 6. So in some key departments, it's actually done well when you look at the numbers. So you would think maybe that's what that wields a great deal of influence on Frank Lampard's selection process, if that makes sense. When I saw that, I was going, no wonder why we've seen Gallagher after Gallagher. Every game, even in some cases, we know he does well, but he lacks in other areas. We think he should be doing better. Unfortunately, people don't understand football. Physicality will never solve the problem. We're just advocating for a balanced squad, if that makes sense. If Kepa starts, Partey or Xhaka scores, clip that, coach. I hope that doesn't happen. But I still think Kepa starts. If Mendy comes in, fine. Both of them are good goalkeepers. Eugene, I'm more interested in Brawl today. Football for some other day. I want to see the fight. Thomas Bates says, I'd like to see us play some ball upfield and let Mudryk Madueke run on the counter. Also walk through the middle more, not just crossing. I think for a while now, even from Frank Lampard's first stint as Chelsea manager, majority of the chances we've created have come from the flanks and mainly on the carpet, which is very predictable, which is why I've been calling, we need a DM, but we also should sign a central attacking midfielder who's capable of producing double digits in terms of assists and chance creation from the central area. Our chance creation shouldn't be predominantly from the flanks and down the carpet. If we mix it up, then we'll be unpredictable in the final third end, which means even if our opponents defend deep, we'll still be okay. Thank you for saying that. Let's see what else we have here. At onset, make a difference. What players we have this season, they are way better at the moment. A solid argument right there. If Badiashile doesn't start, then let's try Fofana at left centre back to hold out Saka. Chalobah is better on the right. I've said that before. That doesn't. I've clarified in my comment. I'm not saying Chalobah is a bad player, but it doesn't make sense if we have a specialty player who can play in the left centre back position. Then we'll be starting a makeshift defense, because the truth remains Chalobah isn't a left centre back player, and if you play him there, it becomes makeshift. If that makes sense, you're just patching up the defense. Just have numbers. I'm tired of Madueke hype. We have lots of average players, but Madueke is even worse. That's your opinion. I don't think you know him that much. Maybe your argument is just down to the fact you don't know him that well. Let's give him a chance and see how he performs. From what he said in presser, he could start that to Fofana, and Havertz will be put on the right hand side. He did that a lot with him in his last spell. Okay, let's see what he does. Coach, your team looks good in football in terms, but if I have to choose, I put Havertz. Yeah, I think he does better when he's not the number 9 man. And for me, this is more as what Glenn would call a liquid approach, fluid approach, if you prefer. It doesn't Havertz starting here, centrally here, doesn't mean he'd be stationary there. Sometimes you'd see him on the left, on the right. It's a fluid approach overall. But I have to choose. I put Havertz. Yep, I've read that. This one says, let's see, Arsenal fighting for the title this season. Sure, it isn't because they are physical. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, sometimes you can say they would do with a bit more physicality there. That doesn't mean the whole team should become all Yokozunas or maybe all John Cena's. No, just balance will be key. Physicality can go along with sometimes. Always played Havertz on the right hand side for some reason. I think I'd rather him be on the right hand side than centrally because he does better when operating from a deeper position. We might as well see the Fernandes-Kante partnership at least once this season. Kovacic looks completely and mentally drained, possibly. That may well be the case. My invested time will be repaid if the team leaves some blue eyes. You stop preaching. You chose violence this morning, seriously. That fear is gone now. Let's be real. 5 losses in a row is very suggestive of that. You could say that, and the more you lose games, the likely you are to lose the next one. The more you win, the likely you are to win to win the next one. So when it's losing, then winning the next one will be even more. Winning the next game will be even more difficult. I would like them to try Gallagher at right wing back. Maybe we don't know. Big up, coach. Lineup should be 3-4-2-1. Okay. Badiashile left centre back, Chalobah right centre back, Kante, CDM, Enzo Fernandez, Chilwell, Kai, Felix Dacho. If Kai is not fit, then Modric. And this is your opinion. This is not you saying this is what you believe Frank Lampard would do. If I should select the lineup based on my opinion, it'd be much different. Maybe at least in the attacking area. They need to try more harder. Let's see if they can do that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Where are we at with the likes right now? We need 19 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people.
The guy that said 3-4. The guy that said 3-4-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So who are the two?
The two behind the striker, right?
Yeah.
Let me look at it. That's AD Love for Blue, one of our resident panelists here. The two behind is, he said, Kai and Felix in behind. I think that's an actually excellent suggestion. That may well be the case. That is, but we're not too sure how fit Kai is. Yeah. We're not too sure. That's AD. You remember AD, right?
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? How we always have injuries. They never have injuries, but we are always limping or have players out and face Arsenal. And then they turn around and say they played well, they did this. They haven't played well. We have not had a fit team to play them with for 5 years. Check it.
Yeah, I do agree with you. They need to try harder. Did you guys notice how the team play style changed when Alba came on or against Brentford? How can Potter cast out a player with over 300 plus career goals? Lampard needs to let Aubameyang cook. I think Lampard trusts him. If you paid attention to his statement during the press conference, he likes him, but he highlights the fact that he hasn't played that much, and that's it. And we did notice that from Aubameyang when he came on, he had a few opportunities, but you could see that he's rusty. I think something went wrong behind the scenes that we didn't know, which led to him not being a priority, even omitted from the Champions League squad, even though he's one of the most experienced players and did well for us in the Champions League. Actually, I think that may well have come from the hierarchy. Sias Domain, big up to you, brother. How have you been? Hello, coach. Not using Badiashile is a travesty. He is he's great in the on the ball, in the air, and has the potential to become a silver level type of player. Yep, given his camera approach to football with what he has exhibited so far. Don't know why Lamps is not selecting him. I think that started on the ground, Potter, really. I just do not understand. I don't see if we lose every other game, as long as we contribute to Arsenal not winning the league, I am happy. Cooley, Nathan, that's how I see it too. Beating Arsenal will be no different from us winning the trophy. Honestly, even if we get them to drop 2 points, that will go a long way. And I will take that. Believe me, I will celebrate that actually. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need 18 more likes to get it to 100. We're at 82 now. Let's make it happen, people. We can actually do that. Would anyone be surprised if Badeshila starts and perform badly because he hasn't played for a while now? I will not be. That brings to mind to what AD Love for Blue usually says. He's not going to be happy if Potter's if it should again at then saying Potter chooses to start a certain player and they end up underperforming. The fact remains that they probably because they haven't played for a while. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised because mentally now there's a chance that he'd be shocked at what's going on and why he isn't playing. First of all, you omitted him from the Champions League squad, and now he isn't playing for no reason. I just don't understand. Ken Boyd, we should have a target man next season. Remember Giroud? Yeah, I think we'll get the target man. Who I don't know. Maybe we'll decide to go with the players we have. I don't know. Eugene, he's entitled to his opinion, like I was telling. And Madueke is not that young, 21. He's old. Is he approaching 40? Is that what you're saying there? You just named a bunch of players 3 years older than him. Let's move on from that. Please enjoy your conversation there.
Somebody's got it in for Madueke. That's ridiculous. 21 years
that's
old.
the opinion. It doesn't change how good the player is. Madueke will come good. That's how I see it. They are that person is entitled to their respective opinion. Coach, I have booked some sunglasses online to be delivered to Arsenal dressing room. I will be disappointed if they don't come in handy after that match. Maybe imagine if Mudryk scores against Arsenal. Along with that will be legendary, really. That gives us, you can say, a higher ground from the banter perspective. I think we will love that. We're not winning trophies this season. Nobody else in London is. Yep, I don't care. If we're not winning, they're not going to win. And Night Bro, big up to you. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Big up, Coach. I'm okay with that lineup. Just hope for a good performance tonight. We've reached a 40 points or even more, a win. We get to 42. I hope we win that game. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need just 17 more likes to get it to 100. And if you're in the chat, if you have any questions with regards to the lineup, I think this is the lineup we're going to see. But I'm not too sure what Frank Lampard is going to do in even with the 2 6s. There's a chance he also starts Cesar Azpilicueta again here. We don't know. So let's just hope we see something close to this. We don't want a situation where Kante starts as one of the 2-8s and Gallagher starts as one of the 2-8s, and then we end up not biting enough in the attacking area, which means Arsenal will come at us with ease. They will operate with impunity because we can't bite, and they have their defenders joining in the attack, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here, Coach. I wanted to ask you today. I saw reports about Jose to Chelsea maybe. I realized I believe Clearlake still has questions with Poch. Bali went to them for meeting from reports. I don't believe that. I've seen something to the effect of Jose Mourinho not being interested in getting the job. I've seen one saying the discussions with Poch has entered final stages, just the final details being ironed out. That's only the delay, if that makes sense. But yeah, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. I think we've come to the natural end of the show. Coach, there's a message from Hazard for today's match on YouTube. Okay, I will look at it. I don't want to play that and get into trouble. What does that? What do you? Does that show that he still likes Chelsea? Is that what that is? But let me open it somewhere and get to watch it later. So if you're in the chat, if you have anything else to say, please drop it there. This says we don't want to see Havertz. It's not up to us. The manager picks the players he believes will help him get a result. Lampard had a 3-6-1 structure will cost us. Madueke is the only Chelsea player. Madueke is the only Chelsea player who can take on defenders, and it's very direct. Yeah, doesn't shy away from taking on players. But that's, by the way, we move on from that. Bobby, your final thoughts, so we can call it a day. I think this one ends early, and I think it's been an excellent conversation with those in the chat. Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah, I've made it very clear where I stand. I stand in the position of defiance, because defiance is what will make us win the game. I think tactically, it's marginal. We have to do the right things. I don't think it's a time for Lampard to be playing players out of position when you don't have to. And so Badiashile has to be the left centre-back. Silva in the middle and Fofana on the right. The wing backs will be interesting, but we do have to improvise there because of injury yet again, which is what Arsenal never have to worry about. But I'll put Rubin on the right, and I will surprise people and say Cucurella on the left because of his industry. It's a bit of a gamble, but I think we need to hustle them. And Chilwell can come on a bit later. The middle speaks for itself. Enzo and Kante, and the front three for me will be people talking about Mudryk starting. Okay, but I will go Felix, Havertz, and Sterling. And I think if we put in enough endeavour and later on bring on the likes of Gallagher and Madueke, we can beat these guys tonight. There's far too much confidence from their camp dealing with the team. These guys that are playing for Chelsea they're not bums. These are some of the best quality young players in the world. They just lack that organization. If they have managed to do something over the 1 week of training, which I hope they have, and organize themselves a bit well, they will turn these people over in their own backyard tonight. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, I agree with you. But let's see how it pans out today. The game is in a few hours. We still have the pre-game show, and I'll try that for us to do a watch along. Yep, I read that one there. Bobby, this question, if you're still there, quickly, let me just humor him. He thinks Khalid Chukwuemeka is not a good player in his opinion. I respect that. He says clearly in his opinion. He says, what do you think about Khalid Chukwuemeka?
Carney is another young player. I'm not surprised he's not playing much because of the dynamics of the midfield that we have. But this is where whoever comes in really has to earn his stripes. These are the quality youngsters that you need to get playing. He's an excellent player. He lost a bit of confidence after not being played for a while. But
plus injuries. He's been injured on occasions.
Yeah, and he's had some injuries. So if you bring him into the fold, bring him into organization. These kids just need organization and coaching. A good preseason, and he will cook. Will he be a starter? Well, that's up to him to make himself a starter. But will he be in the squad? Most definitely. He is a player that can make it into a squad with the right type of manager and the right coaching and organization. He's a very good player. Sure.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, thank you for that. I'll get what we have in the chat. Go ahead. Were you still saying something, Bobby?
No.
Okay, thank you. Let's see what we have here. I'm okay, Coach. I've been sick and still on the medication. I was hospitalized because of okay, we'll talk about that in private, but I'm better. At least I can watch the game today. with no stomach trouble. So we'll talk about that in private. Sorry to hear that you've been sick. If we do lose today, I will probably be down to the referee. There will be at least one contentious decision tonight, I guarantee, but we move up the charts.
This is the concern, Coach. Another thing, you know, they always have the bias of the officials. That is the one concern I have, the bias of the officials.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen today. Let's see. It says Manchester United are pushing to sign Randall Kolomoani as they attempt to beat Bayern Munich in the race to sign the Frankfurt forward. Wow, so this is Sky Germany. Okay. I like Moani. I think you were the one that started talking about him. Krisho Norton, is that the lineup or just predicted lineup? That's what we're doing here. Krisho Norton, I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 82 likes, 15 more to get it to 100. And please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much, people. To the clerics last night. Oh, okay. Celtics, you guys are having a conversation there. If we are going to be defensive, just play 5-3-2. By the way, Kukurea is injured. Yep. I think we've looked at that, but thank you for reminding us. Let's see.
Injury. You see what I'm saying?
Injury, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We never have a fit squad to play these guys. Isn't it odd?
Yeah, but I still believe we still have fit enough players to do well. Let me see. Let me ask what the outcome of the game would be. How many options here? Let me start a poll. And keep dropping the likes on the stream if you haven't. Let me ask. Also, if you are looking for prediction, those in the chat will help you predict. Just 1 second, people. I'll be there. I'll be there for you. One second. Okay, let me ask this person, what do you think that's going to be? There you go. You have it. I'll catch up with the chat and we'll call it a day. And people keep dropping the likes on the stream. 85 likes. Let's get it at least to 90. And as people watch more, we can get to 100. And thank you for becoming a member today. Micro, just quickly, let me find. I appreciate that. That will go a long way. Coach, what are your predictions? Look at it. People will help you pick up there. For me, it should be 3 broken cheeks bones, 1 broken leg, 1 smashed nose, and all of that. And some pizzas are flying to top it up. Ibrahim, great. Nice to see you, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, it looks like you're new here. Make sure to subscribe and also like the video. And hola, senor. Roger, hola, gentlemen. I hope to be on the panel tonight for the pregame show. Come on, you blue. Roger, more importantly, bro, I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is okay on your end. Always nice to hear from you. But thank you, Roger. I appreciate you finding time to say hello to us. Does Madre can remind you of Dembele, or it's just me? I think it's more physical than Dembele. But he's a good dribbler. They're both good dribblers, very direct in their approach. So, yeah, people, thank you. We've come to the natural end of the show. And I want to say... I want to say thank you to Keshan. Thank you to JC Hussein. Please be sure to bring that baseball bat. And Roger Dean, big up to you, Roger Pop. Always nice to see you. And Ibrahim, JC again, Eugene. Thank you for those amazing contributions in the chat. Thank you to Chelsea all the way. Keshan, the New York guy. Thank you, Crystal Norton. Thank you. And my bro, we'll talk later. Thank you. The beautiful game. Thank you so much. Everyone else in the chat, if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. And Ibrahim here says this match is more likely to end 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. Wow. Okay, let's see. Celestino, Vietti, big up to you two people. Thank you so much. It's been an excellent show, and you can see the back line we have there. And if you haven't already, if you're in the chat, please do drop the likes on the show. Thank you so much. God bless us all. See you guys during the pregame show and maybe the watch along show. God bless us all, and bye.